What is Upper Dublin Township doing in response to rising recycling costs? You may know it's been a story making its round in the news that recycling costs are going up. They've been rising for quite a while because of changes in processed material and the way it's bought and sold. And mainly the answer to that is that China was the largest buyer of processed recycled material, baled recycled material, and they changed what they will and won't accept. And it caused the commodity prices to drop because the demand dropped. And basically the material that had to be sold out of the processing facility, the recycling processing facility, it was worth a lot less. The commodity prices dropped and the township costs went up as a result of that. What are we doing in response? That's what I want to talk about. This is just a brief overview today about how we're addressing this issue. Hi, I'm Chris Kunkel. I have the pleasure of serving as your Public Works Director for Upper Dublin Township. We're here to serve you. And so if you have any questions or comments about this video or any of the department operations, I'm happy to respond to your email or take your phone call. And the first thing that we did was request and execute a contract extension on our contract, our recycling disposal contract that ended in September. The idea there was to gain more time to study the problem before we moved forward into locking into another long-term, typically a 3-year contract. Now, our recycling contract is part of a multi-municipal consortium. So we also went back to those municipal partners and we said, hey, we all have something at stake here. Why don't we work together to see if we can tackle this? And we formed a team with each township agreeing to take on a certain specific area to study. We also contacted Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. They offered assistance in the form of small technical grants that could be used to help hire consultants, experts in the field of consulting. DEP approved the grants very quickly, moved that funding through, and we're currently utilizing that to perform the following studies. Springfield Township is taking a look at collections, studying collection methods, schedules, the materials, all in an effort to look at and make sure that we are utilizing best practices, gaining the most efficiency and the least residue, contamination. What is contamination? It wouldn't necessarily be something toxic contaminant. That's not what this is referring to. It could be something as simple as a jar of spaghetti in a recycling container. The jar breaks, the food material gets on the paper products, and it no longer becomes usable for recycling purposes. There's always going to be a certain level of residue, this contamination, just by nature of the products that go in the totes and the number of them. But reducing that amount could be key to future efficiency gains. A lot of that can be done simply by educating the public. Upper Dublin Township, we are looking at the transfer station, studying ways to improve the efficiency of the recycling transfer station, including options like reconfiguring the current site or direct hauling to a process facility, skipping it altogether. There was an idea that came out of that study involving the use of compactors, which was also an interesting point. Hatboro is taking on education, studying ways to best educate the public on proper recycling with an emphasis on how to reduce that contamination that I spoke with, that residue, and an eye towards consistent messaging across the consortium. Upper Moreland is looking at our request for proposal process, the bidding process, utilizing a consultant, an expert in the field to help us formulate the best request for proposal that'll be the most cost-effective as well as best suit the needs of the consortium, to find that fine balance between the contractor and the township, the disposal company, and the township, making sure that our needs are met, that they can work efficiently, that we get the best possible price. That's the goal there. Abington has taken on the task of looking at the feasibility of a MRF, a materials recovery facility that would be operated by the consortium, either on the existing transfer site or the old Abington incinerator site. This would be a very aggressive approach. Really would mean a change to our involvement in the recycling process. Would also give us greater control over pricing and how we control the materials. So there's certain benefits as well as risks to that. 6 studies that are being completed, all really creating a good opportunity to do this, in my opinion, to take a really very detailed look and a comprehensive look at the entire program, and really look at it from start to finish. So that's where we are right now. We're studying the problem, using that to develop a list of available options to make sure we're following the best practices, that we're getting the best pricing, that we're doing the best thing for the environment. As those individual studies are complete, we're also sending them out to the township's environmental advisory review so that they can review and comment. And once all the studies are complete, we'll work to develop a proposal of any changes, or at least a comprehensive report. We'll work with our consortium partners to try and reach a consensus on any plans moving forward, and also with our own environmental advisory board. And we'll report all that to the Public Works Committee early next year prior to bidding a new contract. We want to be good stewards of our environment as well as good stewards of township financial resources, and that's the goal that we'll keep working toward. Thanks for spending time with us today. I'm Chris Kunkel, your Public Works Director. If I can do anything for you, answer any questions about this video or anything that the department does, I'm happy to respond to your email or take your phone call. Make it a great day.